Hello video, welcome back to Pokemon 3Ds. In the last episode we started out here in the rocket hideout, and in today's episode we're gonna go down a staircase and do some more rocket hideout stuff. Lance healed my Pokemon, apparently, and I'm going to count this as the same area as I said last time, so I'm not going to use those, I think usually they're Rattatas, I don't remember. As encounters, instead I'm going to use those, usually Voltorbs, as my encounter, because they are higher levels and it gives an opportunity to maybe switch out Bob before going into the next gym, which would give me the opportunity to have potentially a little bit more of a rounded team. It's just not quite fair. It's just not quite fair how fucking... Sturdy doesn't exist yet, and even if it did, it wouldn't work like that in this generation. Sturdy doesn't. Sturdy only works against actual like one-hit KO moves like Fissure, Sheer Cold, Guillotine, which doesn't exist yet in Gen 3, I think. But those kinds of moves in Gen 3, and I think also in Gen 4. I think in Gen 5 is when it changed to as long as you're on full HP, pretty much like a Focus Sash, right? That's what it now works like. I think that was introduced in Gen 5. Might have been Gen 4, but I think it was Gen 5. I didn't really ever like do any competitive battling in Gen 4. Did a little bit in Gen 5. Why is there even a path there? I did a little bit in Gen 5, then a little bit in Gen 6, and then like no in Gen 7. And well, I did the scoreboard in Gen 8, I suppose, but that wasn't very competitive at all. And it was also the very, very early on competitive, because when I started the scoreboard, Dynamaxing was still allowed. It isn't anymore, which I was a little bit annoyed about at first, but honestly, looking back at it, it's probably for the best. I don't know if it's allowed in like double battles format. If it's not allowed in double battles format, that's still a little bit more annoying. But I still understand. I'm just like... I think they, Smoking at least made like a different, like, I don't know if they're allowed on Ubers. I don't even think they're allowed on Ubers. They're probably allowed on Anything Goes, but I think there's also a separate tier where it's allowed. Like a separate tier list where it's allowed or something. Vital Throw instead of Foresight, I guess. It doesn't really matter to me. And then there's also a separate tier list for having all Pokemon rather than only the Galar ones, but fairly soon that might be the same thing anyway, because they're releasing like the other like 200 out of the other 400 missing Pokemon, obviously, when the DLC releases. And a lot of people, including me, are still thinking that the remaining 200 or so Pokemon are also going to be added at some point. So I need to get a password here. I just don't remember who's going to give me the password. Which might be a bit annoying. We've got the time though. We've got plenty of time. Everything we need to do in this episode is just this and the gym. I think that next episode we have to do the Golden World Radio Tower. And then we have to go to the 8th gym. So we're getting fairly close to the Elite Four. And then... obviously, the Kanto portion of the game isn't that long. And then there's a huge level gap, which means that I'm going to have to grind for like a couple of hours to actually take on Red. Which might actually take one of our Pokemon, because depending on what he randomizes into, his highest level Pokemon is like level 80 in the remakes, I think like high 70s in this version. Let's Vital Throw you, because why not? Because I can just switch out into Forks and annihilate Skiploom. Then again, I am still level 34. So, Vital Throw is actually probably a... What does Vital Throw do? I thought Vital Throw was... Oh, it's Seismic Toss, which does damage equal to your level. Right? Seismic Toss doesn't care about typing at all? No. It's like Nightshade, Seismic Toss. There's a couple of other moves that do that. They're pretty good. Because they don't work against... I mean, Seismic Toss doesn't work against Ghost-type Pokemon, but against Flying types, it does neutral damage, which is really, really nice. I don't remember who gives the password. It's gotta be like one of the admins, right? Is there even admins in this game? I think that was a thing they added in Hard Gold and Soul Silver. I don't recall. I'm just gonna walk around and see if I can find somebody that has like a unique sprite. Or something like that, and that's probably gonna be good enough. Okay, so this is definitely where you're supposed to go. Because you don't go on a staircase like that if that's not where you're supposed to go, or at least if there's a good item there. So, yeah. I had a topic to talk about and I forgot it. Last episode we talked a little bit about like the future of the channel to a certain extent. We were only doing the last like 5 minutes I talked about that. But I've also been noticing that somehow, for the first time ever on this channel, I dare say, that over the past couple of weeks as of me recording this, as of this going up, that might have changed. But the non-Pokemon content is actually like gaining some more views than the Pokemon content. That is to say, in the videos that have recently been uploaded, it's in the just generally what is month to month in my stats bringing in most views. That's been non-Pokemon content for a while, because my top 10 Harry Potter, not top 10 Harry Potter, top 5 Harry Potter games video. Ever since that Harry Potter mobile game was released, that got a fucking boost, and it's still pulling in like 500 views a month. At some point, I think it was like at like 2,000, 2,500 a month, which still is not that much compared to my top 10 Pokemon games list, because that video is like 175,000 views, but it's not really pulling in any more views, which on one hand side, it's a little bit too bad, because I would have liked to like get to 250,000 views on it. That would have been neat. But on the other hand, oh, we have a rival battle here, don't we? But on the other hand, it's also a really, really bad video. It's like, I think it was made in 2012 when X and Y were 2013, when X and Y was still fairly new. So the X and Y footage in it is recorded with a camera, not even with a capture card, because I didn't even have a capture card back in that day. And it's way, way too high up in the list. Doors closed, it needs 2 passwords to open. Yeah, I kind of figured. So yeah, that the Pokemon X and Y are way too high up that list. They're not as bad as many people, at least in my opinion, as many people say it is, but it's like the number 2 or 3 spot on that list in a top 10 Pokemon games list, which is just kind of crazy to me, because it's definitely not. And obviously it doesn't even take into account Sun, Moon, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, and Sword and Shield. And whatever may come after Sword and Shield. So that's a mean looking Raichu sprite, holy shit. Also, the levels are starting to get somewhere close to almost being acceptable. The reason I'm still using Tien, by the way, is again because I wanted to evolve. And I'm overleveled as it is anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Being balanced, right? I guess you only had one Pokemon, so that made sense why it's that high leveled. So, who knows the password? One of these items has gotta be good. Okay, one of these items is a protein. And the other one is a X special. Spoiler, neither one of them is actually good. I'll tell you, a password to the boss's room. Thank you. Okay, so that's one of the passwords. The other one, I'm gonna guess it's like the female rocket grunt we saw before. That might be the other one. And okay, you got me. I don't know why Pidgeot has Super Saiyan hair, okay? It's really weird why Pidgeot is a Super Saiyan in this game. I don't like the sprite with like the Super Saiyan hair. It's weird. Like, Pidgeot is like a fucking Super Saiyan 3. of all things. It's like, dude. And I don't mind Super Saiyan 3. Okay, let's get into this tangent. We've got one for this episode. People dislike Super Saiyan 3, and I understand why, because its design is kind of stupid. But all of the Dragon Ball transformation designs are like kind of stupid. I mean, the original Super Saiyan design is blonde hair, because Toriyama's like assistant was like, yeah, it takes a lot of time to ink in his hair, so can you like change that? And then they were like, oh yeah, totally, we've got like this whole Super Saiyan thing set up anyway. We'll just make him have white hair, or blonde hair, with black and white. So it's just like, it's white when you don't have to color it in. And that's the reason Super Saiyan is blonde to this day. That's it. So, which is funny because now Super Saiyan Blue, to differentiate between Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan Blue, they do need to make it a greyish color in the manga. And it's digital these days, right? So it's not as much work as manually inking in the pictures, but it's just like funny to me to a certain extent. But Super Saiyan 3 being so hated, I get it, right? Because it comes out of fucking nowhere. While Super Saiyan 1 and to a certain extent Super Saiyan 2 were very, very much set up. Super Saiyan 1, I mean, Vegeta doesn't shut the fuck up about Super Saiyans for the entire arc. And then Super Saiyan 2, for the entire, like, I'd argue 2 arcs. I still think that the Android arc and the Cell arc, and, or sagas or whatever you like to call it, you say it's this female, are 2 different arcs, but they're looking for something beyond a normal Super Saiyan, because a normal Super Saiyan apparently isn't powerful enough anymore, even though it was like the pinnacle of power like less than 50 episodes ago. The power like creep in Dragon Ball, I don't think there's any show that does it as badly as Dragon Ball power creep, but then again, I'm not that big into anime, so there might be a more egregious example. So it does come out of nowhere, but a lot of people also do like Super Saiyan 4. Like, Super Saiyan 4 is like the only good thing about Dragon Ball GT, and while I don't necessarily agree with that wholeheartedly, it's one of the few good things about Dragon Ball GT, but that comes almost as much out of nowhere as Super Saiyan 3. It's a better design. It's a way better design, which is why people tolerate it. But if your complaint is it came out of nowhere, you should also hate Super Saiyan 4. And to be honest, some people do. Some people do. Not everybody who hates Super Saiyan 3 likes Super Saiyan 4. But a lot of people do. And it was also the complaint for Super Saiyan Blue, but let's be honest, that one is kind of bad. That one is kind of bad. They had such nice opportunities to differentiate it, even if the design isn't that different. Like, in just like the character, they could have differentiated a lot, but they didn't. So that's a little bit too bad. Anyway, that's my Dragon Ball talk for today. I don't know, I just noticed that I had a message, which is probably not very important. So, it can't wait, it can't wait. I always get messages in the middle of recording. Is that because people are messaging me all day? No. Is that because I record during times where I'm supposed to be, like, doing something useful with my time? Yeah, actually, yeah. Yeah. Which is not entirely true. Which is not entirely true, actually. It's not entirely true. Because I can do whatever the fuck I want. It's my life, okay? So that's the Rocket admin. I don't even think you're like an admin. I think you're like the new leader of Team Rocket, aren't you? Because Giovanni's like a little crybaby. That doesn't even like happen in this game. You don't even get to see that in this game. I think even during the Celebi event in this game, you don't get to see that. I think that's specifically a Hard Gold Soul Silver Celebi event thing where you see that. I think. I don't recall. It's been a fucking while, okay? So that's been Rocket Executive. That's what he's called. It's not an admin. He's not a leader. He's an executive. Whatever the fuck that might mean. So now they go to Goldenrod, but I think we can do the gym first. Can we, like... Hail Giovanni. Yeah, wait, whoa, wait a moment. Did that Murkrow just talk? I think that Murkrow just talked. I know Meowth can talk in the anime. And frankly, that's bullshit enough as it is. But that Murkrow just talked to me. That doesn't seem right. Okay, so I need to beat some more of these. Okay, maybe we won't be able to do the gym this episode, but we should. We really, really should, because Goldenrod City is next. Hyper Beam both of them. You've been killing people left, right, and center, Lance. You can just Hyper Beam both of them. Don't wait for them to take out the Pokemon. Just Hyper Beam. Just kill them. You don't have any, like, problems with killing Pokemon. You're also a hypocrite, because you're like, premature evolution is bad with my level 50 Dragonite. Again, if the level curve had been a little bit different in this game, that wouldn't have been an issue. But you had to, like... It would have been even more fun, right? Because you could have had Red have a level 100 Pokemon. The first and only NPC in the entire Pokemon universe to have a level 100 Pokemon. I don't think it's ever happened to this day. Other than, like, maybe Frontier Brains and stuff. But, like, a normal-ass trainer having a level 100 Pokemon. You could have done that. And then you could have fixed the entire level curve for the entire game. So that Lance actually has a level 55 plus Dragonite. And the level curve actually makes sense. And Kanto doesn't seem like the second part of the game, but it actually seems like post-game. Because with the current level curve, it seems like Kanto is just like the second part of the main game. I think you're sending out a Sunflora? Is that right? That is right. So it doesn't matter what I'm sending out because it's a Sunflora. Just like picking the level curve, it's literally like level curve is this, right? This is the level curve. Just picking this point and doing that. Most of my issues with this game would be fixed. There is room to, like, just make it more steep. There's plenty of room, as a matter of fact. There's, like, at least 20 levels worth of room to like, make it more steep. And I understand you maybe don't want to go level 100. But honestly, I think Heart Gold and Soul Silver had the right idea making Red his team a little bit higher level. Because I don't know how much that works through to the rest of the level curve in the entire game. But I feel like it probably does. Because I don't remember Heart Gold Soul Silver be as bad with the level curve as this game is. And this is the, like, fixed version of Gen 2, I might add. They had the opportunity to fuck with the level curves and, like everything that was wrong with Gold and Silver. And it's still kind of fucky. So yeah, that's my opinion on the level curve in this game. It's one of the few things I don't like about this game, other than obviously the physical special split, but that's a thing. We didn't know how annoying that was until we got it in Gen 4, and then going back is just like absolute hell. So I can't really blame this game for that. In so much as, like, the developers. I can't blame the developers for that. I can't blame the game, actually. And I will blame the game, because I've gone on this tangent many times before. When I talk about games having flaws, or movies having flaws, or things just not being that good, I'm talking about it of a perspective of I'm playing this today in 2020. I'm not playing this in 1999 when this came out. Obviously, the perspective is going to be different in 1999 than it is in 2020, because it's literally 30 years. No, not 30 years. That's literally 20 years of difference. 21. Okay, so we can actually capture whatever this Pokemon turns into. And then the other two we can just kill. Never mind, we can kill this one instead, because you're level 23? I could have sworn you're level 30 as well. Wait a sec. Wait a moment here. I've got another complaint about the level curve. You are absolutely 300% certain required to do the red Gyarados before going into this hideout. You cannot go into this hideout with Lance before defeating or capturing the red Gyarados. Yet the red Gyarados is level 30, which is higher than anything in this entire area. What's up with that? Like, not even by a little bit, by like quite a lot. I also already got a Rhyhorn, so maybe we won't be able to capture anything in here. We've got one more opportunity, and then I guess there's the things on the other floor where I can potentially capture something if need be. Wait a second. Does it give different cries as well? That sounds like... Huh. Let me know in the comments below if you heard that as well. Go back, watch over the footage. But I feel like it gives the cry of the Pokemon you're about to encounter and not the cry of Electrode. Which, by the way, Haunter definitely is going to replace Bob when we catch it. Because that's going to evolve into a Gengar fairly quickly, I feel like. And I like Gengar. And honestly, that kind of just like helped me. So I'll just throw a ball at your face and see what happens. Should be fine. Balls are... You know what? I just got an Ultra Ball in here. I feel like that might actually help with the Haunter. So let's see. How many times do you shake? 0 times. That's not good. That's very not good. And that does more damage than I thought it would. Can I get you to curse again? Because it seems like you have an odd amount of HP, so cursing twice will leave you at 1 HP. Otherwise you would have been in yellow by now. So I'm going to try to bait you into cursing again. Mean look. Okay, so either Scat dies or Haunter gets captured. You do not outspeed me, but that didn't affect Haunter? What? Wait, is that just like a miss kind of thing? That's just a miss. Okay, good. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure Haunter has no reason not to be affected by sleep powder. I mean, ghosts don't sleep, I guess, but there's no reason that shouldn't be effective. Get me the Haunter. Haunter? Get me the Haunter. That was close. Let's try it again. If that were an Ultra Ball, if that would have been an Ultra Ball with the sleep, I would have gotten it. That's not how statistics work, I know. Or probability. That's more that's probability. Not... Are you serious? Okay, maybe I would have gotten that because that's... Fuck you. Again, if you want to curse again, please do feel free to do so. There's no way in hell that we're doing the gym today, by the way. There's no way in hell that we're doing the gym today. And that's Haunter, which there's only one thing that we can call Haunter. I think we might have used his name before, though. I'm thinking, did we get a Misdreavus? I don't think we got a Misdreavus. So I'm gonna go with Casper. Casper the Ghost. Even though Casper is very much a friendly ghost and Haunter doesn't look very friendly to me. Details. Details. Okay, so I was planning on doing the gym today, but I don't think we will. I think HMO 6, which is Rock Smash? Whirlpool! That means we can go to the Seafoam Islands now. If we wanted to capture a Pokemon. I'm not gonna do that. As a matter of fact, I'm probably not even going to go to the Seafoam Islands. I'm probably going to skip both Ho-Oh and Lugia for the exact reason I mentioned last episode, and that is we already have so many Pokemon I don't need. I might do them just to like kill them. Let's see what Pokemon we could have run into here. Just to see. We already have a Sentret. Can't escape. Wait, what? Why can I not escape? Let's go into Bob. Oh, you just literally cannot escape from these battles. Okay, well. Let's go through this very quickly. An Ivysaur, which would have been a Dupe's Claws as well. Let's be a little bit more careful. I'm sorry for the speed button. I know it sounds like very horrible, but I just want to know. Okay, so that's what it's going to be like, right? You're going to be like this. I'm about to die. Let's not do that. Paralysis heal. There we go. Probably should have used that a lot earlier. And one super potion should be enough to get us out of here for now. That doesn't. That's another Sentret. And that's a Pidgeotto. Could have actually caught the Pidgeotto. I'm very much more happy with the Haunter. Because again, Haunter is going to evolve into Gengar before too long. But that'll be all next episode. We'll get rid of Bob. We'll have Casper on the team. Probably I'll look up what the levels are for the upcoming battles. The gym is going to be a fucking wash. Whatever happens, I don't know. But I'll probably like just grind Haunter to like level 31 as well. And then stop using Tien next episode. And start using these guys and Casper a little bit more. Until then though, I'm a vlogger. You've been awesome. As always. Bye.